was sitting in the park recently, doing much of nothing, when a line I had seen came back into my thought process. It was this: the deathbed is waiting, don't wait to live. It's not that it was inspirational, but I'll be honest, it made me uncomfortable. Because it made me stop and ask myself, how many times as an adult I felt the urge to do something simple, something unnecessary, something that might even be a little bit childish. And I didn't do it. And it wasn't because I couldn't do it, but I told myself I shouldn't do it. You know, somewhere along the way, I learned to talk myself out of those moments. I've called it being responsible, maturity, realist. But the truth is, those were moments where something important used to live. Years ago, early in my therapy, I was asked a question. What do you do for fun? And without thinking, I looked at her and says, well, nothing. I drink. She didn't react. She just asked me another question. She goes, what did you do as a child that actually brought you joy? And you know, I didn't have an answer. I couldn't remember any of the good, just the bad, but in that room, the silence was heavy. It was one of those deafening silences. Then she challenged me. She said, on the way home, do one thing you would have done if you were 10 years old to bring you joy. That was it. She gave me no explanation, no rules, just that. Do something, do it. Well, driving home, I passed this go-kart track, and I see all these kids out there running around, laughing. They're completely absorbed with being kids. No audience, no purpose, no outcome. So I pulled in and I bought a handful of tickets. I got in a cart and I chased them kids around that track like I was Speed Racer, man. I'm telling you, I think I even ran one of them off into the center, And for a few minutes, I wasn't managing anything. I wasn't performing adulthood. I wasn't watching myself. I was just there. I was in the moment. And it didn't fix or heal everything, but it repaired something, a blank spot. That part of me that knew how to live wasn't gone. It had just been blocked out. And since then, I've noticed the moments I feel truly alive, they all have one thing in common. I'm not negotiating. I'm not asking anybody permission, but I'm not postponing the joy either. And I don't live there all the time. I wish I could. In fact, it's rare. But when it happens, it's unmistakable. So now when I'm with my grandchildren, I just happen to see it again. When I play with them, I don't supervise them. I don't hover over them, and I surely don't act my age. I meet them where they are. I become their age. It doesn't make me feel any younger, but I feel present. I feel alive. And inside of me, it's quiet, and it's beautiful. That's why that line lingers, I think. The deathbed is waiting, don't wait to live. Because see, waiting isn't neutral. It takes things with it. Not all at once, quietly, respectably, until you realize you've been preparing for life instead of living it. Just to be clear, I do not have some kind of magic formula. And who am I to be giving advice? I'm just saying this. If something small and simple keeps tapping you on the shoulder, it might not be immaturity. It might be a memory. It might be permission, or that part of you that still knows how to be present. The deathbed will wait. The question is, will you? I'm George. This is Boomer Bust. Be well, be safe, take the long way home. Stop and grab a sandwich someplace. Sit in the park. We'll see you soon. Boomer out.